Everyone, hey, it's Asia. Ah, no. I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's doing great. If you didn't watch my last video, go watch it now. I'll wait. Today's video is about the different types of modeling. In my last video, I talked about one of the key things to being a model and trying to start a career in modeling is to find your knack. Find your knack, or find what you're good at. Just to reiterate, basically what I meant by that was you find what you're good at, what you're passionate about, what you're naturally good at, what you're passionate about, and you stick to that and you do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like me, I am naturally good as a runway model, and I know that about myself. So that's what I am doing. That is my main focus. I can do other modeling, but my main source of income, or the thing that I'm going to be the most successful in, is runway. Understand better if you don't know the different types of modeling. We're going to talk about the types today. So then you'll know, and then you may think, maybe that's me, and then you can go and look it up for yourself. But we're just going to go over briefly the different types of models. I'll explain a little bit, give a brief summary, and then I'll give you some examples of these models that are out there. That way, you will have some sort of understanding for the different categories of modeling there are and the different sorts of modeling that you can get into. So we're just going to get right into it. Fashion, runway / catwalk. Runway modeling is basically runway walking. So that can be anything from editorial, catwalking, high fashion walking. Yeah, you usually find runway models, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Runway models is a model that walks. So usually runway models can range from 5'8" and up. They're usually taller, a little more slender, and I would say as far as their characteristics, their personality goes, it's more so fierce. So when you see a runway model, they're either blank face or they give a little, because it's a real edgy, fierce kind of, you know what I'm saying, field. An example of an example of a runway model would be Naomi Campbell. Tyra Banks is a runway model. Me, I'm a runway model. So yeah, runway. Commercial models. So commercial model, what is up with me? So commercial models are literally what it sounds like, commercial models. Usually commercial models, you'll find them on commercials, on anything with dealing with TV. You can find them in billboards, magazines, lifestyle magazines, advertisements. You'll find them in like Old Navy commercials, Progressive commercials, like people, you guys watch commercials. So there's literally like JCPenney commercials, you know, like retail stores and things like that. That's where you would find a commercial model. Commercial models range between 5'7" and lower and below. So commercial models are the models that you find on advertisements and commercials and in magazines and things like that, that are almost like the lifestyle models that look more realistic, if that makes sense. I couldn't really find an example of a commercial model, but if you watch commercials, then you know what a commercial model is, because they're literally on all commercials, playing with their fake families. And Old Navy, go look up an Old Navy commercial and you'll see a commercial model, because literally Old Navy uses commercial models in every commercial. All right, plus size models. So plus size models, their sizes are usually 12 and up. Plus size models can do all sorts of things. So they could walk on the runway, or they could be in commercials or billboards. They really have a wide variety of things that they can do, but they're plus size models because of their size. So that's really all the difference is. An example of a plus size model would be like Ashley Graham is a plus size model. She's one of the top plus size models. Also, if you watched America's Next Top Model, Sakara was a plus size model. And on the opposite of plus size models, you have petite models. So petite models are usually petite, small. There are some petite models in runway. Don't let anyone tell you that there are not, because I can give you some names, which I'm going to in a minute. But petite models are, sometimes it's not necessarily about their height, but about their weight. So sometimes you'll have petite models that are a lot skinnier and shorter, and they fit into a category of their own. For example, Devon, I hope I'm saying her name right, Devon Aoki is a petite model. I want to say she's like 5'4", don't quote me, but she's a runway model and she's petite. So she kind of fits into two categories, and we'll get into that too. I'm going to talk about that. But she's, not only is she a runway model, but she's a petite model. So she uses both of those to her advantage. Eva Marcille is a petite model, and she's 5'6". If you're short and you're kind of also on the slimmer side, you would probably be considered a petite model. This is child models, or children models, or young models, sometimes we call them. Child models, self-explanatory, they're children. Children who model. Sometimes there are runway shows that require just children. So, you know, there's definitely an avenue for children models. Those usually range between 12 and under, but sometimes with the right circumstances, you can, you know, be 13, 14, 15 and fit into the child model category. Usually around 15, 16, depending on your height and all that. They may put you in an adult category because, you know, you're young, but you look a little more mature. But for the most part, children models are 12 and under. And an example of that, there was actually 2 girls on Instagram that I've just seen recently on my timeline. One of the girls, I forgot her name, very beautiful melanated girl, and I don't remember her name. I need to find it. If I find it, I'll put it in the video. I was trying to use her as an example, but yeah, she killed it on the runway. And she's a child, and it's just her walk was so strong, you almost couldn't tell that she was a child. Okay, she was killing it. If I find her, I'll put her in here. But another one that I found, she was also really good. Annie, I don't want to say this wrong. Annie Kanhan, I believe. Look her up on Instagram. If I find her Instagram name, I will put it. I believe it's just her name, but I'll put it in the video. Annie Kanhan, I found a video of her, and I'm probably gonna link it right here so you can see. Her walk is so strong, and she can't be any more than 12. She's good, like, she's really good. But yeah, so child model. Next category is swimsuit models. So swimsuit models, they, as well as plus size models, well, really just like any other category, can do a wide variety of things. But their main thing they're good at is swimsuit. So what I mean by that is wearing swimsuit attire. Outerwear attire that is, you know, for summer. Swimsuit. It's really self-explanatory. And they have really good bodies, almost like fitness models, which we're going to get into. But swimsuit models, their bodies are made or shaped for the swimsuit. Tyra Banks she actually just did a swimsuit issue. I'm trying to remember what the magazine was. Sports Illustrated. Oh my goodness, why couldn't I think of that? Sports Illustrated. Tyra Banks just did, but they do a lot of swimsuit. I think they mainly cater to swimsuit models. Sports Illustrated, and it's a big magazine to get on. So Tyra Banks just did Sports Illustrated, but like I said, Tyra Banks is also a runway model. So 2 different avenues, but you know, she uses what she's naturally skillful at to fit it into, you know, her life. It just all depends on what the photographer and director at the time are looking for. Because I feel like Ashley Graham has probably done Sports Illustrated too. There's been plus size models, I'm sure, to do Sports Illustrated, do a swimsuit shoot. So don't cancel out, because you can definitely, anybody can do a swimsuit shoot. So similar to swimsuit, you have fitness. Fitness models are pretty much lifestyle models who work out, and they have the bodies that shows that they work out and they model. They really have to keep their bodies in shape. So fitness models would be in ads like Adidas and Nike and, you know, all those. I'm not a fitness model, so I don't know much about it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. All of these categories are pretty self-explanatory from the titles, from the names. They just are what they are. Lauren Williams also, she's a fitness trainer, and she uses what she does to her advantage to be a model as well. So definitely, if you feel like you fit into the fitness model category, go ahead and do that. I ain't stopping you. Glamour models. Now, but I don't hear much about glamour models, but examples of glamour models would be like pinup, Playboy, things like that. So real sexy, in your face kind of modeling. Like a glamour model example would be Paris Hilton, you know, real like ditty but sexy at the same time. You have parts models. So here's the thing with parts models, because not many people know that there's literally modeling for pretty much everything, including hands, feet, lips, ears, parts. That's what parts models is. If you have really pretty hands, really pretty feet, really pretty lips, there's a category for everything. So I don't want to hear any excuses that you can't model, because you can. Hand models and feet models would fit for people who do manicures and pedicures, massages. That's what a parts model would be used for. Yeah, so it's just that it's parts of your body. So if you feel like you have really pretty hands, really pretty feet, really pretty parts of your body, then I would definitely say look into the parts modeling. Promo models, and you see them everywhere now, definitely more so now. Instagram models, models for specific brands and boutiques and things like that. So for example, Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova has a ton of models, promo models. One in particular who literally, and I'm gonna put her face right here because I see her, and for the longest time nobody knew her name. She's a beautiful girl. No one knew her name. Her name, and I looked it up. It's, I don't want to say it wrong, these names. Yodit Yamain or Yaman or Yodit Yamain. I'll put it under her picture, but she's been a Fashion Nova model pretty much, I believe, since Fashion Nova came out. Because you see her everywhere. Literally everywhere for Fashion Nova clothes. So yeah, I know she's getting that check. But promo models, that's what they do. They promo different brands, different boutiques and things like that. Different, really pretty much anything. You can have promo models in that promote cars, that promote products, household. That is their job, is to promote everything. Last but not least, mature models. But mature models are those who are a little older, that are also in the industry, because girl, you can never stop modeling. I don't care what nobody say. You could be 90. I'm gonna be 90 and modeling, hopefully. Models that have been in the industry for, you know, a long time, or even if you got your start later in life, if that's what you want to do, then do it. And that's that, period. Mature models are usually 50 and up, and they can be seen anywhere just as any other models can be seen anywhere. So yeah, an example of that, Iman. Iman is beautiful, gorgeous still. Skin is glowing. And I don't know how old Iman is. I believe she probably is about 50, maybe a little older. But she still looks like she's 20, and she is still modeling. Mae Musk. Mae Musk was just on a commercial, and she was talking about her modeling. She was like, yeah, I'm this old, but I still model. I'm like, okay. Okay, girl. Those are the categories. So just a recap. You have runway / catwalk fashion models who are 5'8" and up. Then you also have commercial models who are usually seen on TV and commercials, advertisements, and commercial models are usually 5'7" and below. And you have plus size models who pretty much wear size 12 and up. Then you have petite models who are more slimmer and shorter than most. And you have child models who are children and they're usually 12 and younger. You have swimsuit models who wear swimsuits. Fitness models. Fitness models are the models who usually are a lot more active and healthy, and they are in the kind of shape for the fitness category, and you usually see them in like sports brands and things like that. Glamour models are those pin-up and Playboy models who are a little more sexy. Parts models are any models who use their hands and feet, lips, any body part to model. Promo models are the models who work with brands to sell the brand's items and clothing and things like that. And then lastly, mature models. So mature models are those who are a lot older that are in the industry. So those are the different categories. I really hope that this helped you a lot with deciding what kind of model you are, what kind of model you want to be, and what kind of category you would like to fit in. Like I said, there's so many different categories that literally you can use different ones to your advantage. You may be a tall runway yet plus size and a little more curvy and do fitness, you know what I mean? So there's literally endless opportunities of modeling, of fitting into a category and modeling. Based on what I gave you, just look it up. Just go and look up and think like, okay, is this really me? And not only does this match you, but will you be happy in doing this? That's a very important part, because there's a lot of people who in any industry are miserable at what they do. They may be good at it, but they're miserable. So find what you are good at. Find what you're good at. Find what you're passionate in as well. And the two will balance and you'll be successful. I really hope this helped you all. I hope that you find what your knack is and you go for it, and tell me all about it. If you already know what kind of modeling you do or what kind of modeling you fit into, let me know down below. I would love to know what kind of modeling you do. Are you a runway model? Are you a commercial model? Are you a plus size model? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.